Hey there guys, Ephraim's Vanguard here, and welcome to this next episode of Let's Play The Simpsons Hit and Run. One thing I've neglected to mention is that Apu's starting car, the Longhorn. I mentioned it was pretty good. It's actually better than I thought. 3.5 stars speed, 3.5 stars acceleration, 3.5 stars handling, and half toughness, so it's really not that bad. I feel like it's more fragile than 2.5 stars though, so take it as what you will, but it's still all around a pretty good car. And I don't know why. It reminds me of, well, I'm trying to think of what I'm thinking. I'll just explain it anyways. So yeah, that's Apu's default car.
Pay you $1 million in the next life, I promise.
You're going to pay yourself $1 million? Well, I guess you're not losing any money. But, I don't know. The cow skull on top of the car itself, and then the brown coloring, it makes me think, the first thing it reminds me of is like Texas and King of the Hill, simultaneously, not like separately, but simultaneously.
Ha! Clean up in aisle 1.
Is it true that, like, is there an actual team called the Texas Longhorns? I think so. I think that's not just something King of the Hill made up, but that's what it reminds me of. It makes me think of that, and that name is I think it is real. I think it is real because I remember during History Bowl we got a question about Tom Landry, and we all knew it because of the King of the Hill. We all meaning my group. But see, I think the Texas Longhorns are a real thing, but that's what it reminds me of. But in my mind, it's automatically associated. Impressive levitating there, being able to move yourself. Apu's t-shirt. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. Actually, it's not that big a deal if you fall because there's a lift to get back up. Like so.
Push, push, push.
But yeah, that's what it reminds me of. But the Texas Longhorns on my mind are, that phrase is automatically associated with King of the Hill, so they're kind of one and the same at this point. We got down one way or another, so that's good. Run over some stuff, run over some people. Y'all get out of the way. You didn't get out of the way quite well enough. Ooh, more money, please. Thank you.
Jiminy crickets.
We should probably be continuing along to our objective. I want to actually do stuff this episode, so let's slow down and look out for more trader cards and collect more money. It won't take too long, but it does add up, so maybe I should continue along. No, there isn't anything up there. I was confused about that before. I thought that one lifted you up, but it doesn't. So continue along. Get out of the way. Ooh, we can change it to a costume too.
Ooh, the fresh air is somewhat confusing.
We get that smooth jazz, that Persona music, after I mentioned Persona 5 last time. Maybe I should mention Persona. That's a good rule of life. Always mention Persona as much as you can. But our gags in here are much the same. So I think that's 3 gags down. 3 gags in here, and then there was that 4th one we got the dumpster thing. Anything over here? No. We'll just ignore that and buy something. Mo's not really going to talk to us? That's a little weird. Army. Okay. American? Certainly. Is it going to load? You'll show me Army but not American. You can't tease me like that, game. Apu B-sharps. I'm assuming from when he was in a barbershop quartet. Makes sense. There we go. American. Yes. So what you got to say, Mo?
How are you this fine day? God help me, I love books on tape.
Okay. Also, I'm sorry my hat's blocking your way.
Greetings, loyal customer. Are you saying I'm ugly? 'Cause I am. How are you this fine day? I'm out of Dove, so you gotta drink balsamic vinegar. Greetings, loyal customer. Okay, bad news. The health inspector found rats in the keg. Again.
That's my call to leave. Anyway, we'll hop back in the car, and I do see something on top of that shelf, but we're going to continue driving along. I assume it'll be fairly close by because we're about to hop onto the highway soon enough. Actually, it's right here. I was about to say, it should be close by because we're about to go to the highway, and if it was on the highway, it would have been closer to redirect us to the other way, so... Does it say, and investigate on foot, so you know what that means. Does this actually have to be done manually?
I have been selling tainted cola. Unless I redeem myself, I will be reincarnated as a sea cucumber, or worse, a land cucumber. I must find the source of this evil beverage. The soda invoice commanded I go here, but I see no cola factory. Oh, a cola truck. Time for me to do that Hindu that I do. I am the greatest driver in all the land.
What? Why were you saying that all of a sudden? Follow the cola truck and collect all the evidence. Don't miss any cola crates. That was an odd place to start the mission. I thought you were just going to, I thought it was just going to run away from me immediately. But it gives us an opportunity. And we gotta collect 11 things, so... This outfit works well with the car. I think that's the point. They probably come from the same episode, if I had to guess. Oh, no. How dare y'all be in the left lane? Anyway, that's 2 stuff down, so... Making decent progress. Let's not hit stuff. Something popped up on my computer, and I looked away for half a second, and I already failed the mission because of it. Especially because I missed the crate twice. Dear Lord.
I have brought shame to my family and my store.
I've brought shame to me, thank you very much. Anyway, I don't think there's much point in cutting. We really weren't that far. But I don't have much to talk about. I sort of talked about all I wanted to get off my chest last episode. That was sort of like, I don't know. I know it might not have been that entertaining for you if you don't really care about the channel and you're just like, I'm here for the Simpsons. I'm not here for you. In which case, understandable. Also, in which case, you probably would have went to a different series a long time ago, honestly. Because first of all, the delays in this series, and second, because I personally. Are you serious? I was actually trying that time. Well, you probably would have left because, like, honestly, I personally don't feel like I'm that entertaining. I've been told by others that I'm an interesting person, but, like, I'm just like, I don't see it. Excuse me, Apu, what the heck are you saying? I just heard something that... On the second time I hear, so, like, that made sense from what I heard. On the other hand, I'm just like, I didn't want to hear that. Are we seriously going to lose again? Also, oh, that was why I messed up last time, because, didn't it...
I feel like an untouchable.
I went around the turn, didn't I? I feel like it went that way, though, and I was following it. I just wasn't paying attention, but whatever.
The smell of fresh air is much more pleasing than the odor of the hot...
I'm really not doing good this time, am I? We're going to get the skip mission option soon.
Oh, I smashed my skull.
Case in point. You know, for a 3.5 star, you sure... No, not even 3.5. For a 3 star, you sure are fast. Also because you only have 1 star of acceleration. But it doesn't matter. I can catch up to you. See, I'm slowly filling up that meter, except for when I slam into the wall right there. But... Oh! Gosh, that is unforgiving if you miss that, because... Camera! Camera! Things aren't looking too good unless it crashes into a wall, like I do. Yeah, I'm not doing too good at this. When I actually try on the mission, of course, I end up starting failing. Did I even say the name of the mission? Incriminating Caffeine. That's what it is.
Hopefully my store will not be robbed more than 4 times while I am driving around today. This is just between me and you.
I cannot drive without hitting another car. But, out of the way, people. And now I get stopped by a pole. I'm sounding more exasperated than I actually am. I'm fine. It's just after talking a little while last time, my throat's getting a little bit sore. It's not quite used to talking for so long now, is it? How dare you wreck into my vehicle? My beautiful, beautiful vehicle. Why are you swerving, Apu? Why did you smack into that car? And why did it go in my direction? I didn't quite get those physics there. But hey, now Cola Truck, you're in my territory. Also, you glitched into a wall. I'm just gonna stay right here. So how are you guys doing? I'm doing pretty good. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. He got loose. Y'all, flee. There we go. Don't you dare. Oh, you are trying to go up there, aren't you? And you got stuck again. Okay, okay. Are you actually going to go? Are you actually going to go? Are you actually... You're actually going. Well, I'm going to actually go too.
Come to Papa, random object.
There we go. Come around this bin. Collect that crate. Stay a fair distance behind you. Not far enough to where I'll escape, but far enough away that I can react to what falls out of you. Like so. Oh, gosh, that was in close proximity. Two more. And he's getting away. You've almost done a full lap, buddy. I'll get you soon. Your time's about to end. Just drop that crate. You have done a full lap. Right there.
The Legitimate Businessman Social Club.
Awesome.
is taking on the mob.
Oh, this is where we were supposed to end up. That was quite a roundabout way. Then again, I guess it makes sense. If it was being run by this illicit business, it would be close by, but it would try to flee away from the business. So, you know, it works out in the end. Pen pal shirt.
Things makes me feel like a true American.
Appropriately enough, Apu, you are wearing the outfit.
Stay out or I'll ice pick your eye.
Excuse me. I'm going to ignore that. And, do I need to hop on the car? Probably. But anyway, like I was trying to say, my throat feels a little bit sore because I'm not used to talking quite so energetically and so often. First of all, because I haven't been recording in a while, and second, because like that's just not my personality in real life. I'm a lot more subdued, like a lot more subdued in real life. And I don't know. I wouldn't say detached, but like I generally, except for like people that I'm pretty close with, of which at this point there's only like 3. Yeah, probably 3 people at this point that I feel like I can comfortably carry on a conversation with without getting anxious and worried. But with those 3, well, not counting, well, they're all from work, so it doesn't matter that much. But anyway, the point is, there's only like a select few people that I can feel comfortable talking to. It feels more comfortable talking here into a microphone, oddly, for some reason. I guess I gotten over the initial hurdle where it was like, that's weird, but like, no, it feels pretty normal now, honestly. Which is probably why my voice is starting to get scratchy when it didn't before, because like, I'm actually not holding myself back anymore. And it wasn't like I was intentionally doing it before, it was just, again, that's how I normally am around people I'm unfamiliar with. Like the other day in class, it was the first day in class, and I didn't recognize anybody there. And even if I did, I would still have the same voice. But I would have been like I usually mumble and stuff because I get nervous. It's a long thing that I don't really want to get into at this point. And you know, I actually sort of ended up starting talking like I just was right then. Or my voice gets relatively soft. I don't want to get too loud, which I do, which now I end up doing on this channel, because again, I'm energetic, I'm having fun, and I'm comfortable with this. And also my voice gets deeper. My accent gets more subdued. Just when I'm talking around people I'm unfamiliar with, that's generally the case. The more I get to know someone, the more my accent comes out, the higher pitched my voice gets, which that's the case with most guys, at least the pitch voice thing. Incidentally, it's usually the opposite with girls. Their voice usually gets higher, I think that's how it is, at least. Their voice usually gets higher the less comfortable they are. Generally speaking, of course there are exceptions. But there's a wasp up there that I can get. If I can even get up there, which we'll find out soon. But all that's to say that I'm pretty comfortable speaking now on the internet. I may still stumble across my words, but that's just because, like, my tongue doesn't want to cooperate with me. It's not necessarily because I'm nervous, which is usually the case in real life. When I stumble, it's because, like, my mind's like, figure out what to say, and because it's thinking figure out what to say, it doesn't actually figure out what to say. But here it's because, you know, it's because I can't speak for the life of me. Also because, well, I'm not going to get into that detail. It's a little bit weird for the internet to know. Not that weird, all things considered. There's certainly been weirder stuff. I just watched a video earlier today where Chucky Conroy was talking about how he didn't understand what the definition of a circle jerk was, but that's beside the point. Also, that's what Apu getting zapped looks like, in case you were wondering. Pardon? Now, there's something I'm curious about. In the failed recording, I thought getting zapped would permanently cost you to lose money, and that you couldn't pick up all the coins that you dropped. But, no, that's not the case. You can pick them back up. I just wasn't observant last time. This one's causing me a lot of trouble. Come on, you bad boy. Oh, I hear Quimby yelling at me. Quimby, you're in league with the bee, aren't you? You're in league with honey business. I know your ways. Ah! Stop that! Stop that! I'll get you soon. There we go. Finally. Now, is there anything else up here? Probably not, if I had to guess. Well, aside from the card. But that's the main reason I came up here in the first place, because I saw it. And that is... Prop 24 sign.
I've got to hurry up or my arranged bride will chastise me.
Pardon, Apu? Now, that wasn't what I was expecting. Now, if you'll excuse me for a quick second. Sorry, I needed to adjust something so I could actually see what time it was, what the recording was, and we're a fair bit more into this episode than I thought we would be. We've still only done one big thing, but how many wasp cameras do we have? 4 left in 2 gags. 2 cards, so we've made pretty good progress, in at least in exploring, all things considered. So maybe I should save it for another episode and go do something else to end off this episode. Like another mission, that would be helpful. Especially since we're right here. So that sounds like a fine idea. Why don't we go do that? Well, real quick, should I? I mean, I'm also right over here, and it wouldn't take that long, would it? I can come through the car wash if I don't wreck.
Not good for my insurance. Who put this here?
Is there...
Should not have stepped
Oh,
in front
but
of
then
my
there's
car.
also the exploration that we gotta do over there, and there's Millhouse over here. I'm assuming that's Millhouse because it's a race, and we've already seen Ralph and Nelson. I want to destroy these things, pardon? Excuse me? Just don't get too close to the explosion. That is Millhouse, so we could end with him, or we could go do a race. Well, obviously we're going to be back in this section anyway, so we might as well do the mission. Again, I honestly don't remember what this one is, so let's find out.
I was in my youth. Hello, stereotypical Italians. Please to tell me the source of the evil cola.
We don't know nothing. Except that the bands are controlled by mysterious strangers. Anyway, you shouldn't stick your nose in other people's business. It could come back to haunt you. And your family.
Oh my gosh. Your thinly veiled threat has reminded me of my fatherly duties. I'm supposed to pick up the octuplets at the doctor's.
And baby makes 8. Drive to the hospital before time runs out. Avoid the mob! Now we got 40 seconds to drive to the hospital. And right away, we have to get away from the limo. The mobster's limo. Now, I don't know what Apu's storyline is about him with the mafia and his kids, but I don't know. It's a little weird to be just dropped in on all of a sudden, me not being a Simpsons fan at all. But hey. Anyway, I remember if you come up through here real quickly, you need to drive to the hospital, and there's another limo already there. You know, if you're trying to be not suspicious, a limo is not a good way to do it. Even if you want to be classy and fancy with your killing, classy killing. Are you serious? That's simple. I remember this mission now that I'm actually playing it. I think
I have brought glory to the name of Naasa Pima Petalon.
I can't remember if it was supposed to be difficult or easy. It was one of the two. Either, well, obviously it was very easy there. I think that was the thing. Like if you timed your movements well, like coming up through that park right there to get rid of the first limo, then it's fine. If you don't quite nail the movements, then it's actually pretty hard to get away from the limos. Our blood is bottled fresh daily. That's a little disturbing. Now we're a little bit short on time, too short to do the next mission, especially because I know it's a bit intensive. But you know what we can do. If we come over here to this monster truck. Did we actually get the card up there?
Somewhat confusing.
Yeah, there's a card up there. But if we come up here, I mentioned it last episode. Was it the last episode or was it in the fail recording? I honestly don't remember at this point. We have the, let me make sure I got the name right. The Obliteratatron. The Obliteratatron. 'Tis a monster truck. A monster truck that has a really weird sound effect for its motor and wheels on the ground, but hey. The point is, we are extremely tall, we are extremely intimidating, and we can wreck stuff. Just like any real monster truck would. At least, I think so. I don't know much about monster trucks. But we can drive it around. We can hit things. We can destroy many things. And more importantly, you know what we can do? I'll show you in just a second. We can destroy stuff and outrun the cops. Will it even fit in this space up here? Probably not. It'll probably hit something. I'm surprised with how well that went. But again, there's two cop cars that you gotta avoid, and they're going to pin me right here. Like so. I actually thought I was going to be able to get away a bit better than that, but you know what? Destruction! Destruction's the name of the game with this car. So, if there is something that you need to destroy, this one isn't really all that bad. Honestly. It's very tough, and it's very easy to hit stuff with it, so... And it doesn't have that bad speed or acceleration, so all things considered, it's really not that bad of a car to use. Unlike most of the other vehicles, which were very situational at best. But this one actually feels like it has a purpose. Alright. Oh hey, it's Grandpa! Let's get the cops by running over Grandpa. Alrighty. Sorry, Abe, but we gotta avoid the police. Wow, that cop was dumb. He could have got me right there if he didn't swerve into the road, to the side, I mean. You see, that's what I was expecting to happen before. Hit something. Though, honestly, I was expecting to hit something going on the way in instead of just... That was anticlimactic. Now, there is one thing I want to show off. These tires, for some reason in particular, these tires, they have a bit of a weird design to me, so... Well, I can't see it right now, but... It seems like in my memory, these gigantic tires, they made weird tire tracks with, like, the designs... You know, the little... Would it be good to say a chevron? The little indentation mark, you know, like a carrot mark. I guess you could... it's not quite a carrot mark, but... You know, the pointy part. How it... There's a name for it. It's not a triangle. It's a point, you know? But I feel like I remember seeing how, like, the tire tracks on this thing, it used to imprint those things, but apparently I'm wrong. It might have just been my memory, because, I don't know, in my mind, maybe the thick black on these tires compared to the other cars, it just struck in my mind more so than others. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it right now, so I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, that's about all I can show for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Cops won't be seeing me though. Haha. Okay, maybe they will. Find out next time.
I smashed